Welcome to the Post Credits Podcast, where we talk about movies after the credits roll. I'm Jesse.
My name is Max.
I'm Logan.
And I'm Jack.
Welcome, Jack, to the podcast.
I'm the
Yay!
special guest.
Yay.
Special guest.
I'm the
This is
special
First
guest.
one ever.
First guest ever. And today we continue Stephen King's impressive run throughout this year with Edgar Wright's new take on classic novel, The Running Man.
Yeah, or at least Stephen King adaptations that have come out this year.
Well, sure. There's been 4 of them.
Yeah.
And Stephen King was involved in 2 or 3. So he's been having a pretty good year.
Yeah.
He was involved with this one, I believe, as executive producer.
Yeah,
And
I think it was.
This was actually based on one of his Richard Bachman novels. He wrote under a pen name for a couple of years near the beginning because publishers wouldn't let him publish more than 1 book in a year. And if you know Stephen King, you know that he wanted to publish more than 1 book in a year. And so his Bachman novels were a lot more pointed, a lot more angry, and a lot less subtle than some of his other books. Start off with some production details, some background information. As always, we ask the question, how did y'all hear about this movie?
I saw a poster of it in the lobby of the AMC we go to.
Or
We
the
don't-
Southeast Cinemas.
We don't go to an AMC.
Shoot, I've been wrong this whole time.
Yeah, if you'd be seeing Nicole Kidman a lot more if we went to an AMC.
Yeah.
Instead, we just see Maria Menounos.
Yeah.
Maybe that was the one I go at home.
Potentially.
Yeah.
But yeah, Running Man. Max, how'd you hear about it?
Yeah, I've heard about this one since it was first announced. I'm a big Edgar Wright fan. I'm sure we'll talk about more in depth on the podcast itself. But yeah, when this movie was first announced, when it went into production, the casting of Glenn Powell, I've known about this one since way back when it was announced. I think 23, 24, something like that. But yeah, it's been one that I've been aware of it for a little bit.
I'm pretty sure I first saw it when I went to see The Long Walk in theaters.
Oh, did they play a
then-
trailer?
I think so. And then either that or when I went to see the Chainsaw Man movie more recently.
Yeah, the theater that we typically go to shows only 2 trailers, so we basically have been
Yeah.
watching Anaconda and The Housemaid on
Yeah, pretty
repeat.
much.
We are being hunted in the jungle.
We
and
are in
there
the-
is a snake after
Yeah,
us.
we're in the jungle and we are being hunted.
Now we die.
We basically have the whole Anaconda script.
Yeah, we need to have a
memorized
snake
at
for our
this point.
snake movie.
Snake for a snake movie.
It's going
This
to cost
is-
$2 million.
And we've approved you a loan up to $9,400.
Yeah.
Yes!
Yes.
We're probably reviewing that at some point.
Yeah.
Look out for that. We know way too much about
Look
that.
out.
Yeah, and that trailer once again played in front of the Running Man, which
Yeah,
was kind
that
of
trailer
funny.
played in front of the Running Man. What else? It was Good Luck, Have Fun, Don't Die. That also played in front of this.
Yeah, Gore
The Gore
Verbinski's.
Verbinski picture.
Yeah.
Interesting pick. I don't know if they decide what trailers play in front of which movie, but we have not yet been to a movie that's shown the Wicked for Good trailer, which is weird because it comes out next week.
Yeah, that is true.
I heard about this movie, as always, when doing research for the most anticipated list that we did at the beginning of the year. Edgar Wright, I've always been interested in as a filmmaker. He seems to have a fairly distinct style, but I have not seen any one of his movies, despite the fact that I've seen, like, clips from Hot Fuzz or the opening to Baby Driver. And here and there I've picked up stylistic things, and, you know, he's one of the more popular, famous auteurs out there. I've also seen Ant-Man, which was supposed to be directed by him.
I'm really surprised you've never seen any of the Cornetto trilogy.
Yeah, I am as well. Like, I was surprised to hear that you did research about the Running Man before the anticipated list, because I just assumed you knew about it beforehand.
It's one of those things where I have fixated on a certain number of filmmakers that have seen a lot of their movies. I've seen, I think, 14 John Carpenter pictures at this point. Like, it's
Yeah.
a lot, but there are so many popular, like, most of the guys that are, like, off the popular train, I guess. They're still popular, but they're a little off kilter. People like Wes Anderson and Edgar Wright. I haven't seen many of their movies. I barely even saw a Nolan until we did our review.
Wow.
Yeah, because I happened into seeing Oppenheimer, which was my first, and then my brother wanted to see the Dark Knight trilogy. So, like, that was kind of by accident. But, yeah, I just didn't hear about this movie. And I knew that Schwarzenegger did an adaptation of the same novel in 1987, which we saw recently. We'll be talking a little bit about that as well. And I was just interested to see what Edgar Wright was going to do with the story. As mentioned before, this is a Stephen King novel. This
Yeah.
is a Stephen King novel published under his pen name, Richard Bachman, the second one of those to come out this year. The first Richard Bachman adaptation was The Long Walk, which we quite liked. Logan hasn't seen it, but I quite liked it.
Yeah, I did as well. Yeah.
Does anybody else have anything more to say, or shall we jump into the plot?
Let's do it.
All right. This movie takes place at an unmentioned time in the future. The original took place in 2017, which is like, it was 30 years in the future from when the movie came out, but like, you know, didn't age very well. And I think that modern movies have kind of stopped putting dates on times in the future, with the exception of like the Blade Runner series.
Yeah, if I'm not mistaken, I think the new one's set in 2025 or something. I could have swear I saw an interview with Edgar Wright.
I think I saw something about that where it like was in this
Yeah.
year.
I guess it's just a number, but it seems like it's trying to be a little bit more futuristic than that, because there's like
Yeah.
technology that we don't like have in this
We don't
Well,
have
that-
flying
that's-
cars.
in this movie.
I don't even know if there were flying cars in the movie. They
There-
have like
no.
flying robots and stuff.
Yeah.
Close
Yeah.
enough. Close enough.
Yeah, and like just every wall is like a screen, you know.
Yeah.
Very
Very
1984-esque.
Fahrenheit 451.
Right.
With the wall of screens.
Yeah.
So we open up with the main character, Ben Richards, played by Glenn Powell. He is talking with his boss about going back to employment. We learn that he's been blacklisted from work for chatting with union organizers about unsafe working conditions. There are people that are working at that company who are being exposed to ungodly amounts of lethal radiation. And in this horrifying fascist state, you know, this dystopian society that we found ourselves in the world of The Running Man, that's completely illegal. You will never be able to work again. And instead, this whole world is governed by something called the network, which is both the government but also the thing that runs every single TV show. As for TV shows, imagine every game show that you can, but the consequence for losing every single one of them is dying. So it's like there's like Wheel of Fortune, but it's like the wheel is like a hamster wheel, and you get like a overweight person to run in the hamster wheel while asking him who wants to be a millionaire questions about bougie things like airplane lavatories, and every time he gets it wrong, the wheel spins up, and if he fails, he gets like lowered into a pit of spikes. There's one other TV show called The Americanas, which is like catching up with the Kardashians, essentially.
Yeah, keeping up with the Kardashians.
Keeping up with
A
the
very
Kardashians.
Yeah.
obvious parody.
Yeah.
Yeah. As soon as I saw that, I was like, there's like that. I thought that was really funny.
There's
that they
no
did
way.
that.
Same hair.
Yeah, same hair, same everything.
Same
Even
Kanye
same-
hanging
even
out in the background.
Yeah, even like similar conversation style. They're just like, oh my god, and it's just like
Yeah, it's like
it's very like Kardashians parody spoof.
it's one of those reality shows that's like, wouldn't it be so nice if you were rich? And I feel like that's what a lot of the movie is like, oh, it would be great if we were all rich, wouldn't it? And yeah, they're basically the two ways to make money are to work, where you get basically no money. The currency of America in this universe is new dollars. ND, all of the currency is a picture of Arnold Schwarzenegger on it, which I thought was kind of funny.
Yeah, little nod to the original.
Yeah, and also Arnold Schwarzenegger's government career.
Yeah.
And essentially the whole system for how we calculate money has almost been reset. The life-saving medicine to cure cancer is like $50, but people get paid like $1 for a whole week's worth, you know? Instead of having a lot of money but everything costs too much, we have very, very little money, which I think helps the audience kind of picture what's happening. And the only way to win real money is to go on these very, very dangerous game shows. And there's one in particular that promises the largest payout. We see a little table, like a little payout table for which games give what kinds of money. The Running Man is the biggest payout. If you run around for a very long time, about a month, without being shot or killed, then you win $1 billion new dollars. And that's a lot of money. They say the most anyone has ever walked away with is like $7,500 from any of the other shows. But the thing is that if you ever win any more than $7,500, you die, essentially. Like the Running Man, you're intended to get enough money so that you think you can win, and then you die. It happens to everyone.
And like compared to the original, this is a lot different than the 1987 version, in which in the old one, Arnold Schwarzenegger is running around in some sort of studio
Or
arena,
basement.
basically.
Yeah.
And he just has to fight off like these stalkers essentially with these like crazy contraptions on them.
Yeah, and in this one, he's
Very
running
silly.
around the whole country essentially.
Yeah.
This movie is
Yeah.
more of a manhunt. The old one's like he has to go through a set of trials in order to win the
in
Running Man.
3 hours, he has to go to 4 zones and fight WWE villains.
Yeah.
Professor
Chainsaws
Sub-Zero.
Yeah, Professor Sub-Zero on ice.
One of
The-
my favorite names in any movie ever.
Professor
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 Sub-Zero.
Sub-Zero.
Like there's
I love the
there's
distinction.
history there.
Yeah.
Yeah, a
He
little
put
bit.
in the work, all right?
Put in the hours.
Yeah.
And he took what's
That's
his.
ours.
He went back to school. He got his degree.
Right.
Okay, and then he resumed his
And then he-
career as a
as a
person who kills people.
What did you think he got his degree in?
Like
Like
murder,
murder pedagogy?
murder, or maybe hockey because he skates around.
Maybe.
Yeah.
That's not really how majors work. Whatever.
I don't know.
So Ben Richards, we kind of get introduced. He has a wife named Sheila who is a hostess at this like bar essentially, and they have a kid who's a Kathy. She's like less than 1 year old. She's like a couple months old probably, and she is dying of influenza. She has the flu and they need medicine, but they don't have the money to buy the medicine because Ben can't work, and the money that Sheila makes is not enough. So he decides that he's going to apply for a game show. And the application process is kind of weird. He basically runs through a series of trials, and then after that gets put in like one of the many game shows based on his physical results, because they're all owned by the same network, which I didn't pick up on until a little bit later into the movie. That the application, like, he's not applying on a per network basis. It's all owned by the same person. That person being Dan Killian, played by Josh Brolin, in his second great role of the year. Ben Richards is set up as, I think, the most angry person on Earth.
Yeah, they really just play into his anger at everybody.
Yeah, or like he smashes glass, he's yelling at people.
He smashes glass. He
No
breaks his
repercussions.
iPad.
Yeah.
He hates everybody.
He
hates
He
authority.
breaks his iPad. He got an ad and broke his iPad.
Yeah,
Like,
he's
broke the
mad.
guy's
Coco
glass
Melon
in
got
the-
turned off. He's pissed.
Yeah. No, Cocomelon.
He basically he shows up to meet his boss with his kid, and his boss is like, "Oh, you came here to guilt trip me," and he's like, "No, I brought my kid so that I wouldn't be tempted to slam your face into your desk." And then he comes home and he's like, "Oh, I went to talk to my boss," and Sheila's like, "Who watched over Kathy?" He was like, "I brought Kathy. I figured it'd be a good guilt trip." And Sheila's like, "No, you brought her so that you wouldn't smash his face onto the desk." And I'm saying, "Okay." He's like,
Yep.
He's like, yeah, I mean, fair enough.
Yeah, it's true. He's super angry and super powerful. The Running Man is, as we kind of briefly discussed, I'll go a little bit more in depth, a TV show in which 3 people run around in the world while being hunted by this team of people called, I think they're just called hunters.
They're
Yeah.
just called
Yeah.
hunters in the new one.
I would say they run around the country. They don't run around the world. It's like they have to
That's
survive by
true.
being in the country.
They're in
They
the
do have to
country.
stay in America. I was confused towards the end when he's like, "Oh, I'm just gonna leave to Canada." Would that not disqualify him?
I think the
Or like
Was
when
the
he
i-
or like when he wins, does he go to Canada or like?
I thought
do they
maybe
chase
the
him
idea
to
was just like,
Canada?
if I just like escape scot free, that's a good enough deal for me.
I guess it was weird because I feel like he was saying like, as long as his family has the money,
But they wouldn't get any money if he's disqualified.
he
Or is
would.
he already
or
earned
like
it?
weren't they paid like during it?
Oh,
What
then
do
maybe
you
like they could
yeah,
spend the
because
money
like maybe
they've
they
already
because like he kept
earned.
saying that like they kept getting influx while he was playing. Like the
Okay.
longer he lived, I think it was like he kept getting his family kept getting paid for it or something.
Yeah, well, I think that we'll discuss that a little later when we get to that part of the movie, but I don't know if it makes total sense. Basically, Ben Richards has to run around the country. He's pursued by hunters, and any person in the world, like his face is basically all over like billboards. Every video screen is displaying his name. And anybody who sees him will press a button on like an app and take a picture of him, and then the hunters will be alerted to where he is, where that picture was sent from. Their hunters are led by a guy named Evan McCone, who spends the first hour and a half of the movie in a mask, like in like one of those like classic robber masks.
It's more of like just an army mask. Like, I forgot his name from. It's very weird comparison. Like, there's one of the OG skins in Fortnite with the yellow
Raptor?
mask. Raptor, yes. It's a raptor mask.
Yeah.
We finally have someone who can bounce off of all of Logan's weird references.
We got Fortnite movie.
Yeah.
Fortnite in a movie.
He looks like the copy of Lupita Nyong'o's son from Us.
I don't know
Wow,
what the
you
fuck
said my
you're talking about.
reference was weird.
Yeah, I even as someone who's watched that movie, I don't remember that.
You don't remember? You really? The pyromaniac, the kid.
Oh, I thought you said
okay.
Up, the Disney movie.
No, Us.
And I was
I did.
so
I did too. I was
The
like,
Jordan
what?
Pe-
was
no,
so
Lupita-
Oh, I thought you said
no,
Up.
no,
I thought you said Up.
Guys,
Okay,
guys,
Us.
The
The
Jordan-
Jordan Peele.
Jordan
Okay,
Peele.
gotcha,
Yeah,
gotcha.
yeah.
We
Sorry.
understand.
I thought it was like I don't remember Russell having a
Yeah, I
a
don't-
mask
I
on.
don't remember the old guy having a pyromaniac. So
Yeah, I don't. Yeah.
No.
Burn the
Us,
balloons?
the Jordan Peele. Okay, well,
yes.
I guess neither of us have very good neither of us are very good at imagery. That's fine. The contestants on The Running Man also have to submit 10 minutes of video footage a day. They have to record themselves saying something for 10 minutes, and that's where we get a lot of clips of like former contestants going like, "I hate you, Running Man, overthrow the government, power to the people," stuff like that. It boosts ratings. People like seeing revolutionaries go down, I suppose, because there is like a revolutionary movement, but the network uses kind of clever video manipulation editing to make it seem like they're the ones that are committing all these atrocities. They even digitally alter what Glenn Powell says in some of his videos. So we get a scene where the network promises Glenn Powell that they will protect his family, which is essentially what he cares about. He basically just wants the money for medicine for Kathy. And so he agrees to participate, and he's paired with two people, Jenny Laughlin and Tim Jansky, which I think is different from the first
Yeah.
one. Like,
Yeah,
Laughlin
they
is
have
the
like
same.
some interesting
Well,
names
so-
in the first one.
Laughlin, the last name of Laughlin is the same, but in the 1987 movie, it's all guys. It's three guys. Also, in the 1987 movie, it's four people at some point.
Yeah,
There's a token woman in there. But we get... So Jenny Laughlin, who is a queer... I do not want to guess her ethnicity, but she's not white.
Yeah, no, definitely.
Yeah, definitely not.
Token something.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then Tim Jansky, who's like aloof, kind of not taking this seriously
Played by-
kind of dude.
Martin Herlihy, I miss you on SNL. Well, technically you're still there, but he's only a writer. I miss Please Don't Destroy. He's so funny. I love him so much.
I don't think I've seen him in anything because I don't watch SNL. But
Please go watch the Please Don't Destroy movie. It was so underrated. Nobody saw it. It's so good.
he's really funny in this movie.
He is.
I will
He's-
say.
Yeah, he
He's
is funny.
only in it for like 15 minutes, but when he is, he's like the best
Yeah,
character.
he like steals the show.
Yeah, that part is true.
And yeah, so we get a couple scenes. Ben Richards is very loyal to his wife. They give like sex workers to these contestants before they go out there, and we're supposed to believe that they have sex, but then Ben Richards turns it down, and so Josh Brolin takes his place. I didn't mention this before, but Jenny Laughlin is played by Katie O'Brien, who is also in Twisters with Glenn Powell. So,
Really?
Wait, who's she playing
I
Twisters?
did not see that movie.
Yeah, I saw it like back when it came out.
She plays a very minor character. She plays a character called Danny. Do you remember Danny from Twisters?
I could not tell you who that.
Doesn't remember.
I
Danny
could- I-
from Twisters.
I'm gonna be so honest. I could not tell you who that was.
Yeah, I wouldn't think so. I mean, yeah. She's listed below David Corenswet on the casting.
David
on the call
Cornsweat
sheet.
was in that movie?
Yeah, they even make a joke about how he looks like Clark Kent, or about how like angry Clark Kent, like Clark Kent screaming at me, and it was like
God.
right after he got cast as
Jeez.
Superman.
Oh, Katie O'Brien. She's been in 3 movies this year.
Wow. Good for her.
Insane. Yeah, she was also one of the main characters in Love Lies Bleeding, if you saw that. Anyway, that's kind of unrelated. Back to The Running Man. The Running Man is hosted by a man named Bobby T. He's played by Coleman Domingo.
The
who is-
wonderful Coleman.
Yeah, the
Domingo.
great, the goated guy Coleman Domingo.
Love Coleman Domingo. He's good in everything. He cameoed in The Electric State earlier this year.
He did.
I only know that because of what you told me.
You're
I've
the
not
only
I've
person
not
who
seen
watched that movie.
I have not
think
seen the
ever.
Electric State, but I do know that Coleman Domingo has some sort of cameo.
They basically have one scene in which Coleman Domingo meets up with some other guy, and then that other guy kicks the shit out of him, and then he's never mentioned
Interesting.
again. And it's like, why would you get 2-time Oscar nominee Coleman Domingo to play that role? But he's good in this one, so I'm glad. I was worried I wouldn't get to see any Coleman Domingo this year.
Yeah, we saw a lot of him.
Oh, he's in this movie plenty, and he's
Oh yeah, he's very, very charismatic.
a
very
total
charismatic.
showman. He's great. Bobby T. We get this like opening thing where Bobby T's introducing all of the runners, and he says Glenn Powell or Ben Richards is like this hardened criminal who kills a lot of people, who abandoned his wife, and his wife is sleeping with other men anyway, so
And he's
who
like
even cares?
feeding communist insurgents
Yeah.
American government information.
Yeah, which is they basically twist all the things that we know he did. So like he's talking to union informants. No, he's
a communist.
He's scheming with the communists.
Back to the 50s.
Right. And we don't really get exactly what he says about the other characters, the other runners, but it doesn't matter. We're following the Ben Richards character, like we're following Ben Richards. That's our main character. So they get a 12-hour head start where nobody can report them, and so he runs out, grabs a taxi, abandons the taxi, and grabs a fake ID. A couple fake IDs? I don't know. I think he only got one.
Yeah,
Yeah, he got one. It was that was like the brief appearance of William H. Macy, the great William H. Macy.
Yes, that's true.
Yeah,
Frank Gallagher. Did he not play Frank Gallagher?
Frank Gallagher.
In what?
Was he not the dad in Shameless?
Oh, wait, hold on.
I'm pretty sure that guy he was the dad from Shameless. I've only seen one
Let's find
episode,
out.
but
I've never seen Shameless. So I don't really know, but it's possible.
Yeah,
I mean,
he was.
okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
No, he's
I knew who you were
fine.
talking about, but I couldn't match the face. to
Every
the name.
time people hear my last name, do you know
From
Shameless?
Shameless.
Oh my
I know. For me, whenever someone hears my last name, they ask me if I've seen Cowboy Bebop because Spike Spiegel.
Yes.
Yeah, that's like the biggest thing I
Oh.
get asked, and I'm like, yeah, he's my cousin.
That's better than the drug addict family.
I don't get anything when I say my last name. I don't know if anyone's ever heard my last name ever in my whole
Me
life.
neither.
They say,
Yeah.
you the Godzilla guy?
Oh my god.
the Godzilla guy.
You're the guy who likes Godzilla like
Oh
a
my God.
weirdly large amount.
Oh my goodness. Local celebrity,
Look, the Godzilla guy.
the Godzilla man.
Yeah, it's only a matter of time before we have to review a Godzilla movie on this podcast, and that episode will be 4.5 hours long. So Ben gets this fake ID. His name is Mr. Springer. I don't remember his last
Pat.
name. Pat?
I think it's Pat Springer.
Pat Springer?
Patrick, but when
No, yeah, okay.
Pat Springer, I'm pretty sure.
Okay, Pat Springer. And then on the second day, he's tuning into the Running Man
No, it's
broadcast.
John.
Is it John?
Yeah, it's John.
Oh, is it John Springer or Patrick? I don't remember. God,
John? John
all I,
sounds-
all I remember is that he looked like Timothy Chalamet and Marty Supreme. With
Oh.
like the glasses and
Oh,
mustache.
so excited.
Yeah. At least that's where my mind went when I saw the.
Is there another Patrick in this movie that you're confusing him with?
Probably when he dressed up as the priest.
That was
Oh.
when he got the fake ID as Pat Springer.
No,
the priest was a different thing.
Oh
was a
no
different
Yeah, the
costume.
priest was different. The priest was
The priest
different.
was
later.
different. The priest was much later. But yeah.
He's just a mustache guy right now.
Yeah, right now he's just Springer. And
Springer.
he watches the TV, he watches the Running Man broadcast. The times that Running Man broadcasts do not make sense to me. I don't really get it. It's just, it's always going, but it's also never going.
Yeah.
And every time we tune in with it, it's just starting. And it's like, what blocks do you have to buy?
It feels kind of like Big Brother. How like they only
little-
have a set
yeah, a
amount,
little bit.
but also you can go on their website and just like watch the people whenever you want.
Yeah, a little bit.
Yeah.
But then also they kind of throw that out the window
Yeah, because
later on.
they
and
also
they're like,
I-
the show isn't airing.
well, because they
I thought until like the very end it was like a Truman Show thing. They just-
yeah.
they interrupt like Americanas to go to the Running Man. It's like, what?
So
This is a
I don't really get it, but what? It's fine. It's fine.
yeah.
Yeah, and they never like they legitimately cut the signal at one part of the movie, and it's like that's a whole network, the only network. TVs are not up at right now. Lost the whole signal.
yeah. Everybody's banging their TV.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. So, from watching the TV, he learns that Jansky died after flirting with the cashier who sold him his breakfast burrito.
Shockingly similar
Yeah.
to Luigi Mangione getting recorded flirting with a.
What, was it McDonald's employee or something?
was a
No,
McDonald-
it was a hotel.
It was a hotel-
receptionist.
Oh,
front
I know what
desk,
you're
like,
talking about.
front
Yeah,
desk
yeah.
person.
Yeah.
He got like
I
reported
see.
at a McDonald's.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But they got him on video. I was like, okay, all right, Luigi. I see you have your priorities.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, Jansky is dead now.
Rip.
And Ben is now leaving Boston. He can't be in Boston anymore. It sucks.
It's the worst.
Honestly,
I don't blame him.
Yeah. Honestly, Jansky had it coming to him.
Yeah. Well, so we later learn that like Jansky is like playing one of the roles of the show. Like there are a couple different roles, and we'll learn that later when we get to the part later on. Essentially, he leaves Boston. He gets on a flight. There's like a moment where he's not sure that it'll work, but like his ID will work, but it does. So he goes to this hostel. He gets trapped down and like kind of cornered by the goons after taking a shower.
Goons. Oh my God. Speaking
Oh
of which,
God, yeah,
the
they're called
Hunters.
this
goons.
They're called-
movie for anybody. This movie says the word goon, goonie,
never
gooners
says
or
goon.
something.
Just goons.
Goon, like just
I don't
goons
think
so many
that-
times.
yeah.
It says that
I don't
so
think
many
it's
times.
the-
Well,
The
you
police are-
fill
The
in.
police are known as like goons,
The
and
police
it's
are
like,
referred to as goons.
you know, if you're Gen Z or Gen Alpha, like you know exactly,
If you're Gen
Do
Z.
not see
Yeah.
this movie in the theater. If
Do
there are
not.
children around.
If there are Gen Alpha kids, do not.
It's rated R.
Nuts.
They checked their IDs. It's rated R.
Oh,
they didn't check mine.
They didn't check mine either.
They asked Logan if we were.
It was
if we
all
were-
on my
if we
words.
were- Yeah.
Wow.
They really trusted him. You're a very genuine person, I think, is what it
I
boils
could
down
have
to.
said no.
Yeah.
You could have.
No, I would have said I was 10. Like honestly, like
Why?
who are they gonna ask?
What
I
would
mean,
you-
what are they
would
gonna
you say
ask?
You're 10.
Yeah.
You
I'm
said-
10 years
10.
old, and
I
I
think
don't
I'm-
want to see the movie
I'm 10.
anymore.
I think I'm the youngest one here.
How old are you?
18,
When's your birthday?
September 27th. Dang. Are you?
I'm in
older?
June. I'm in June.
Oh, okay.
Damn, I feel like an unk.
I mean,
I'm gonna be 19 next year. I'm gonna be 20 next year.
You're gonna be 20 next year?
Yeah.
oh my God.
Wow.
Double digits.
Double
digits.
Double digits.
Now you have to start paying taxes.
At
Yeah.
what point?
I'm gonna be
does-
getting social security checks at that point.
At what point does hosting this podcast turn into a problematic age gap?
Well, I mean, it gets smaller every second.
What?
What?
Everybody keeps
What?
getting older.
Everybody
do
keeps
not
getting older, the
freeze.
age gap gets smaller.
Oh, like
No,
it gets close, or like
Closer.
in terms of
It-
how you
Actually,
age.
yeah.
No,
I mean,
not
that's
really.
fair.
Like in
A
terms
10-year
of
age-
like in terms of how you age, like 43 and 47. There's not too much of a.
yeah,
It's,
but
there's
like
not too much of a difference.
Before
but
we
20 and
get
24
too
is
deep into
like,
this conversation,
Yeah.
why don't we
Yeah.
continue with the
The
movie?
yeah,
Running
let's get
Man.
back to
Like,
the let's get back to the
resurrect.
Running Man.
This is
The
our
Running Man.
thoughts on age and relationships.
Yeah,
this is
we're-
the new
Yeah.
podcast.
Anyways,
So I know. Yeah. Ben is at this hostel, and he's running around in his undies. He eventually puts on some more pants. There's a part where he's climbing on the outside of the building because they're inside the building, and he's trying to break into his room from the outside because he was like running around the halls, like trying to evade
in a
them
towel.
in a towel.
towel.
He drops the towel while he's on the side of the building. There is, as far as anyone on the ground knows, this naked man.
Cheeks out.
He's
Cheeks out. Cheeks out.
Cheeks out. Dong hanging. Blowing in the wind.
If you're looking,
Implied.
He whipped out his nene.
He whipped out his nene.
They wouldn't know what that means. That's
On the way here,
I guess
the
you
term
can-
"whipped out your nene" was repeated about 4,000 times.
Yeah.
Got funnier every time.
Yeah, that part is true. That part
that's
is
how
definitely
jokes
true.
work.
Jesse's not too pleased with it.
No.
yeah. He sounds very displeased right now.
He's hiding it, but he's pissed.
If you're
Yeah.
if you're looking for Glenn Powell cheeks, this is the movie for you.
This is the movie.
Glenn
for you.
Powell hog depends on how vivid your imagination is. So he breaks back into his room, puts his clothes on. He gets the tape that he needs to mail, like the video that he recorded, and he ends up like running around, getting shot at. No one's bullets hit in this movie. No one knows how to use a gun. So he goes into the elevator, which
They
like
hired all stormtroopers.
he goes into the elevator, which is all broken. He ends up in the basement where the owner has his stash of porn magazines.
Of course,
And-
naturally.
Of course.
and he lights them on fire. There's like chemicals in there also, and so there's like a big explosion, but Ben ends up in the sewers. So.
I'm kind of confused. It was like a crate full of porn magazines. I feel like
Whole crate,
Yeah.
if that was an old man. I feel like at that point you know what you like, right?
Not just a box, not just a stack, like
It
full on
was,
crates.
like 4 stacks each. Do you need that many? Do you need that much variety? I mean,
It
it's like,
might not- it might not be
it's like
variety.
it's like Hugh Hefner. Like what? Like
It-
why do you need so many?
It might not be variety. It might just be a crate of one specific kind. But on the other hand, I feel like
So he's just selling them?
no, he's not selling them.
Honestly-
He's not selling them. He wants them for himself.
All the same ones.
I was gonna say, like, in a society like this where one network controls all TV, maybe there is no porn, and he's got to sell them to make a little bit of side money.
A side money on top of running a hostel.
Look at the hostel. We saw the hostel. It has 4 customers.
Yeah.
It is not looking too great. The sign gets broken down at the end of it. It
The
explodes.
elevator.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
The elevator's fucked up.
I love
It's-
how like Lil Detail when he's climbing out of the building, he goes, "Oh, why?" And it's like the Y is hanging
Yeah,
down.
yeah, he's
And
like-
I thought that was funny.
Yeah. And the Y explodes onto the street. Apparently, like 6 people get killed, but there are like civilians inside that we know of that we see, but they only mention the 6 soldiers that were in there.
Mm.
Yeah. Yeah.
No.
So he escapes into the sewers. He gets out of the sewers a little bit away. He's found by this guy named Bradley Throckmorton.
That is his name?
Yeah,
Bradley Throckmorton?
Throckmorton.
His last name was Throckmorton.
Yeah.
Did they mention that in the movie at all?
I think it's from the book that his name
Hey,
is
Throckmorton, get over here.
I don't think Stephen King is very good at names.
Uh,
One of the main players in Carrie is named Sue Snell.
Does he remember?
He's better
Yeah.
than Hideo Kojima. Die Hard, man.
Yeah.
Does Stephen King remember making this book? film?
Yes,
I hope he does.
I
Yeah.
think he does. I don't think that he wasn't on cocaine when writing it, but I think he at least remembers.
Just a little bit.
A little bit. He bits here and there. Throckmorton,
You know, classic Throck.
classic Throckmorton. Basically, Bradley Throckmorton is one of the revolutionaries, and so he's harboring this fugitive while he figures out how to get him to a place that you might have heard of. It's in Maine. It's called Derry.
Yeah. Oh my God, the Stephen King universe is real.
So there's a Stephen King project called It Welcome to Derry that came out this year. It's like a TV show about it. So this is the second time we've been to Derry this year. Kind of interesting. 4 Stephen King adaptations. I think only this one takes place in at least partially in Maine.
Did the long walk, did they not go through Maine or at least
I think
I could have sworn they did,
northeastern
but I don't
America?
know.
I think
think
they
they
went
did. I think
through
they did.
Maine, or I think they started in Maine.
I thought they started in South Carolina.
No,
I don't think they did.
I think
I feel
they.
like-
I think Cooper Hoffman's character was like the hometown guy,
Right,
And,
and I thought he was South Carolinian.
no, I think it's Maine. I swear it's Maine.
The-
I doubt they would throw in a state, and he wouldn't throw in Maine. He's like, man, those South Carolinians need some love.
Yeah. He just spun a wheel. It's like, oh, that's where I'm starting the movie.
I know you,
Oh
Steven.
yeah,
I
no,
doubt it.
It's the starting. The
Maine?
starting line's on the Maine-Canada border. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what I
Yeah.
thought.
Yeah.
How'd they
I-
get
I-
into Canada?
Yeah, but
I
continuing
don't-
that, like the Running Man does also.
Yeah,
set.
also a
not
Maine-Canada
just in
border.
Maine, but in Derry, which is also.
But
kinda-
I don't think they get out of Maine in the long walk.
Yes, they do.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
I think so.
Well, they end in like New Hampshire then, because they don't get very far.
Actually, yeah, no, you're right. I envisioned them going across the country, but that's not
No,
realistic
it's
at
not.
all.
No, it's not really how far they get, because like near the very end we get like
Yeah, because they walked.
two-
They walked like what 300 miles or something.
around. Is
Yeah.
Maine 300 miles long?
At the end of the movie, it like looked like they were in like Louisiana or like New Orleans. It had like a very bayou feel to
But
it.
it ends like 5 minutes after they meet his
Yeah.
mom, so it's just like
it can't be that far.
it can't. You right? Unless
Yeah.
they live on the border of like Maine and New Hampshire or something.
I doubt it. I
Right.
think, yeah.
Anyway,
Anyway,
complete tangent about a different movie.
Again.
They're trying to get him to Derry, Maine, and they're trying to figure out, like, they're trying to organize the logistics of it. Then they air The Running Man, and they have a digitally altered speech from Ben Richards where he says, like, I killed those 6 guys on purpose. I meant to. And I liked it. I had fun. And he didn't actually say that. He said he was talking about how there's a conspiracy to give kids cancer. The government's giving kids cancer. But upon hearing that, the family, the Throckmorton family, kicks him out, and he has to go to Maine kind of on his own.
Is that not when he dresses up as the blind Irish priest?
I think that's later.
I don't think it was.
I have no idea.
I really don't think it was late. I think it was after.
Was it not on his way to see Michael Cera?
I think it was on his way because I remember that happening, and then
Yeah, it
some
was
dude
before
walked up
Gary.
to him, it assumed that he was a priest, and then he
And
like
then he got
attacked him.
chased.
Yeah, then he got chased.
Yeah.
And
But what happened? Is that what? No, because how did he get out of that? Did he not like hijack some woman's car?
I thought
Well, yeah, he
that was
did. He
that was
did.
after that was after.
But
Michael
definitely
Cera.
he doesn't dress up as a priest after hijacking the car.
Yeah, no, he does it
No.
before.
He hijacks the
Yeah,
car
okay,
on
well,
the
so
date,
let's
I
just
think.
talk about it now. At some
well,
point,
oh well.
At some point, he's wandering the streets, and he's dressed up as this blind priest,
Irish
this
priest.
blind
Irish
Irish priest, and basically, like he walks right through this bar where they're showing the Running Man. I think it's
No, I think it's on the way to the bunker.
I
Yeah.
think it's
I,
You're
I
right.
think it was.
You're right.
Yeah, yeah.
It's after he
I
gets.
think
to the
it's
mansion.
after he gets to the mansion because
Yeah.
he learns at this point, and we'll just spoil it because it's a spoiler review, and also it's not that big of a plot point. We learn that Laughlin was killed after, because also the types of contestants, he learns that at Michael Cera's house.
Yeah.
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 He does
Yeah.
learn that.
Or did the network guy not tell him?
No, the network guy didn't tell him.
No.
It was Michael Cera.
No, it was Michael.
No. Or it was fucking Brickman.
It was was it
It was-
Throckmorton?
I think
Okay.
it was Throckmorton.
There are these tapes.
And he said, "You're the final guy."
There are these tapes that someone that looks like Evan McCone recorded that like break down the behind the scenes of the Running Man, how the network makes it interesting every year, and they define 3 types of people. Those 3 types of people are the stupid one, who makes a quote unquote fundamental misunderstanding of the nature of humanity, and sweet talks someone that reports him, and then he dies on day 2.
Yeah.
And then there is the sin of gluttony, who the person that isn't so set on surviving, but just really, really, really wants to bang.
Yes.
Like, and usually
Party and
Very
they,
horny.
drink and-
they hold large sex parties right before they die.
And they go to the casino.
Right, they go to the
They
casino.
want to go out with a bang.
and they
Literally, at one point, a previous contestant straps a bomb to his chest.
right, and so they typically get too big for their britches, and then they die. And then there's the final guy who lasts a while, crowd favorite, but then never lasts past 2 weeks, right? So Laughlin is the sin of gluttony, essentially, because she holds this like large sex party and then goes to a casino and then gets caught at the casino, runs away, gets into her car, drives away, crashes into a shed, and then the shed gets blown up by these
No,
two.
She gets burned alive
Burned
by
alive.
2 little ginger country boys.
Yeah, she was
Who
like
are
gambling
so
in
kind of
Vegas. She was like gambling in
maniacs.
Vegas, and then she like jumps off, gets in a car. And then-
Their names are like Jimmy and Gito.
It's
Yeah.
Jimmy and Gino. First watch, I thought his name was Cheeto.
Yeah,
Odd-
Cheeto. Yeah,
very
it was
fitting,
Cheeto.
but
I mean, with the product
Weird.
placement in this movie, that wouldn't be
yeah.
surprising.
Is this also Idiocracy?
Yeah. Because it's like, because I remember he finds out another weird disguise that he had, where it's like he had the mask on and the hat, and he had like the crutches or something.
Yes.
And then he goes up to like, it looks like one of those like outdoor movies where it's like you're projecting something onto a screen, and like they're all just like watching.
Yeah,
And Michael
Oh,
Cera
yeah,
says,
it's
"Do you
true.
want a monster?"
Yeah, and they zoom and they make it
Monster.
very clear that Glenn Powell drinks a monster.
Yeah, so basically, Glenn Powell goes to Derrymaine. In Derrymaine, he meets the Michael Cera character. Okay, we got that.
Yeah.
Yep.
Because then before that, he befriends like some kid, and then like some guy
Mhm.
takes him in.
Yeah, on the way there, he
Thrawn Blackman. Or,
Yeah.
Black Thrawnman.
what?
What's the guy's name?
Throckmorton.
Throckmorton.
Oh,
Okay,
Throckmorton.
I'm
Yeah,
sorry.
Throckmorton. And then they get.
You expect me to remember Throckmorton?
It's the least forgettable name of all time, I think.
Somehow he did it.
So
Got it.
on the way, he dresses up as a blind priest, and somebody asks him like, some question about faith. It's like, am I going to go to hell for using a condom? And he has this fun line where he's like, well, my father, he had 10 brothers and 10 sisters, or 10 kids. I have 10 brothers, 10 sisters. He said he was in hell every day of his life.
Well, laddie.
Well, laddie.
He's such a. I don't know why he did that. You think Glenn Powell was just like, hey, let me try something.
Yeah, let me.
Yeah, it's like experimenting a little.
I want to
bit.
be in an Irish movie. Let me try it.
You'd have experience. So
Yeah.
he has to fight as this blind priest. He's not actually blind. And
Nor a priest.
Priest.
He makes it to Michael Cera's house. Michael Cera lives with his mother, who is deaf but really likes The Running Man and really hates Ben Richards.
And is also thinks everybody's a
And it's
demon.
also played by someone I think I recognize.
Really?
Grandma?
Oh, the grandma or the
Yeah.
mom or Michael Cera's mom?
Michael
should say.
Cera's mom.
Yeah.
Old lady.
Yeah.
Which means it's an Edgar Wright movie. I mean,
Yeah,
you
she's
have the
played
guy
by-
who played Scott Pilgrim.
she's played by
so it was
Sam-
fitting.
She is
Her
played.
voice sounds very familiar.
She's played by a woman named Sandra Dickinson, who has been in things.
Yeah.
I think she had a minor role in The Batman.
Really?
Yeah.
Who could she have played in the Batman?
Oh.
She played Dory. Y'all remember Dory from The Batman?
No.
You guys remember the
No, I
grandma
don't.
from Amazing World of Gumball?
No.
That's
No.
Oh,
Yes.
Grandma from Amazing World of Gumball.
Yeah.
I don't know
Grandma.
off the top of my head. Let me look up a picture.
I
Pink
think-
Grandma.
yeah. I knew that was familiar.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's a crazy pull.
Yeah. I
Oh, this one. Yeah, I remember
Yes.
her. Yeah, this one.
Yeah.
I think-
Yeah,
Pink Grandma.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah.
She had a pretty big role in DC. She played
Joanna Watterson.
Yeah, she played wife in Superman 3 and
Holy
and
cow.
pretty young lady in Supergirl.
Wow.
Wow. How
know.
times have changed.
Crazy.
Now she's pretty freaking old lady. Jesse, give me a fist bump. Thank you, Jesse. You gave me a fist
I
bump.
get
Just yet
You
giving
gave
him
me
a fist bump.
I get that.
For the
That's
audience
a
who
good
can't,
fist bump.
couldn't see that.
Here,
For audio listeners and no one else, Jesse gave me a fist bump.
Yeah, I can vouch for
There's-
that.
There's no visual.
Yeah.
Y'all know.
Non-existent editor, can we get a picture of a fist bump on screen?
I do edit every one of these episodes.
Do you put visuals?
There's like a backdrop and like a poster on screen right
Put
now.
Can
one
we
frame.
can we get one frame of a fist bump really quick?
Yeah, I got you.
Can we get Joanna Watterson on the screen?
Who?
Joanna Watterson,
Joanna
the
Watterson.
grandma from Gumball.
I've never seen Gumball.
Have you not been listening?
I've not seen Gumball and
Can we
Joanna
get
Watterson.
one
Yeah.
frame of Pretty Young Woman number 2. on
I don't-
screen,
I don't know if
please,
there is a
from
number 2.
Supergirl.
I don't know if there is a number 2. Might
Hey,
just be only
editor.
one.
Hey.
So Michael Cera, he runs through all of his revolutionary stuff. He's like a cartoonish version of a revolutionary. All he wants to do is stick it to the man, and there's like a hot dog cart involved.
Yeah, the hot dog cart.
We're 14 days in, and Ben Richards has become like a fan favorite. People love his ingenuity, I guess.
Richard lives. That's a big mantra.
Richards.
Yeah.
Richards.
Not
Sorry.
Richard Watterson.
Not Richard.
Richard Watterson.
I'm derailed.
So, Elton Pericus, who is the Michael Cera character,
Oh my goodness. What a name.
He says that Ben Richards can like spark the revolution if he continues to survive. He gives him a map to show him where like this bunker is where he can live out the rest of the 2 weeks. But then he gets kind of distracted because his mom finds out that Ben has been living with them, and Ben says like, "Hey, if you press the button," they have a button in their house that alerts like the goons, and he's
The goons.
and he's like, "If you press that button and alert the goons, they're all going to come over here and they're going to kill everyone." And then Michael Cera's like, "Really?" And then he presses the button because he wants to kill all the goons.
What if I kill the goons instead?
Right.
And then also die?
There's crazy Home Alone contraction.
Yes, very much so.
Yeah.
A Home Alone
It's a-
series of contractions. Yeah, he's having a baby. Electrified floor, a weird staircase, piano.
Fiery
Does a
floor.
piano not fall? Am I making that up?
No,
They
that
really
is
had no
definitely made
piano
up.
fall.
Yeah.
I think you're thinking
There
of a
was
scary movie.
Not a single piano fall in this movie.
Not a single piano at all in this
My
movie.
bad.
For piano lovers out there.
So
Hey,
they
pianos lovers out there, not
No
the movie
pia-
for
yeah,
you.
no
Glenn
pianos are in
Powell,
this
butt
movie.
movies butt lovers, movie for you.
No,
Yeah.
that's the 87 one.
And this one too, when he's outside the window.
if you enjoy talk about butts, then the 87 one has a lot of butt related
Right.
quips
Hey,
and jokes.
Yeah, a lot
Yeah,
of
yeah.
ass talk.
A lot of like hiding floppy disks up there.
Yeah. Well, it's implied that a woman at one point puts it either up her cooch or her bumhole. It's up to the viewer's discretion to decide which. Arnold Schwarzenegger asks about it, and she says, "It's none of your business." So
It's not.
it's really not. But I would be curious too.
You sound curious.
I am. She says the word business. It's like, oh, is that a subtle nod to genitals?
The end.
The genitals.
Maybe she just kept it in her work folder. You never
Doubt it. Doubt it.
So they escape on an ATV, but then they get attacked by all the goons, and the goons kill the Michael Cera character.
Yep.
And basically,
And there was one moment in the trailer when he's like pumping up a water gun.
Yeah, dude, that was so fun. When he's like pumping
Oh,
up a water
yeah.
gun, he's like recreating. He puts on like the electricity and just sprays all of them.
yeah, and the flick
Kills
is
so
all,
much-
hydro soaker or
Yeah.
psycho
Yeah.
soaker.
he gets all,
Probably hydro.
and so Ben rams the ATV into another car, jumps out of it, and goes to the bunker, but the bunker's not there anymore, and instead they're building like a suburb there. And so instead he just runs to the highway and kidnaps, or he carjacks like the first car he sees, driven by a character named Amelia Williams.
Yeah, I think
She is played by Emilia Jones.
Say that 5 times fast.
so.
Amelia Williams. Amelia Williams. Amelia Williams. Amelia Williams. Amelia
Well,
Williams.
of course you can do it, but like,
Yeah, of course, Jesse. Classic Jesse.
Of course.
Everybody,
Of
everybody,
course.
give him a round of applause. I don't care if you're driving. Take your hands off the wheel.
Oh my god. Oh my god. The audio is terrible.
Audio's awesome, actually.
We've just blown
Yeah.
out your ears. So
Yep.
editor,
Yeah.
that's on you.
Yeah.
Hey, editor.
yeah.
Hey.
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 Hey. Hey.
Amelia Jones played the main character in Coda. If you saw Coda.
Yeah,
that
that's
the
that's where I recognize her
movie-
from. Yeah, that's the one that won Best Picture a couple years
Is that
ago.
the movie about the deaf people?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It stands for
the child of deaf parents.
Yeah, child of deaf adult.
Yeah.
Child of deaf adults.
She also
That's what that
plays-
stands for.
She also plays the main woman in the new Mark Ruffalo TV show Task.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. I did not know that.
So basically, all these cars are like self-driving. He tells her to turn off the self-driving mode. She does, but then it still yields for like emergency vehicles, and the movie frames it as like a hostage kind of situation, and they get pulled over. Again, it yields to emergency vehicles. They get pulled over by this emergency vehicle, and these two guys come out.
It really wasn't an emergency vehicle, though. It was just a big truck.
Yeah, but it had it
Yeah.
had police lights on it.
Did it?
It did. It had
How
like
did they get those?
it had like you know when you're on the highway and there's this one like pickup truck that has like yellow lights blinking.
Yeah.
It had those,
Yeah.
and so it was one of those trucks. And I guess it recognized it as an emergency vehicle, so it forced the car to pull over.
Two
we get-
Basically a
hillbillies pop out.
Bearcat vehicle.
Yeah, we get these two guys come out and they got guns trained on Glenn Powell, and they're like, all right, step out of the car, free the woman, and
Or the good guys.
yeah, and then the network kills them and then frames it as if it was Glenn Powell's fault. But now Amelia is on the side of Ben Richards because she knows that like, oh, that's not what happened.
Yeah.
You know.
The government's.
Yeah, or like
manipulating.
she has a gun and then she like comes out of the car and like, help, he's kidnapping me, and it's just like
yes,
that's not
they
what happened.
deepfake
Right.
her like,
Yeah, like
pleading
deepfaking.
and pleading for
Yeah,
help.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's just like she's convinced that everything falls into good guys and bad guys. She's a good guy. Ben Richards is a bad guy. That worldview kind of falls apart near the end,
Yeah.
and she changes. I feel like she goes through the most change in this movie. out of
Yeah,
any
and
character.
also in like a very short amount of time, she goes from, oh well, I haven't done anything to wrong, to like, oh my god, I'm upper class and I'm
Oh no,
evil
my
because
scarf
of that.
is
My scarf is very expensive.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I think it's like she says like, now I feel like shit
Yeah,
for being rich. And it's
she
like,
just kind of becomes class conscious, I think.
yeah, and it's like, okay, that makes sense. That's
Yeah.
that's reasonable. So he drives into like this field, and it's not clear it's not clear how much of this is airing on TV, but he makes his way to
Yeah.
this airfield, and he's like, all right, I've got this like C4 putty in my pocket, right?
Black Irish.
Black Irish.
12 pounds.
Yes.
And he's like, I'm gonna set it off if you don't get me a plane. They get him a plane and two parachutes.
Is it also So it's implied that the show is not airing at this time.
Yeah.
It's directly stated until like 8 o'clock, which that was new information for me. Like I
Yeah.
could not tell that was the case until then.
Yeah, and it's also like before Amelia's car gets jacked, she's watching Americanas in the car because it's self-drive, so she can do that.
Yeah.
And Americanas is interrupted to show the running
A
man.
live update.
Yeah, it's like, at what point do you just do that? you
Yeah,
know?
I think it is just kind of like a breaking news.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, if this guy's about to get shot, we'll show you.
Right. yeah.
Until then, Americanos all the way.
Yeah.
but
or
yeah, I mean,
Wheel of Pain or whatever.
Wheel
the
of
hell.
speed wheel, speed the wheel.
Speed. Yeah, speed
Wheel
the
of
wheel.
Speed.
I think it's speed the wheel.
Speed the wheel, yeah.
Speed
I think
wheel.
it's Speed the Wheel.
Speed the wheel.
Yeah,
But
dangerous Jeopardy.
Yes, dangerous Jeopardy.
Dangerous Jeopardy.
Evil Jeopardy.
But I do really like how it does kind of make example of like the network shooting the two guys that were going to kill Glenn Powell and framing it on him.
Right.
So because in this movie, literally everything is just not about like what it actually is, just about the ratings.
Right.
As
yeah.
long as it looks good, the big dogs are happy.
This movie's not subtle at all with its commentary. If you can
Yeah,
tell.
No.
it's very, very, very outspoken, very
Yeah.
relevant in our day and age.
Absolutely.
I do think part of that's it's a Bachman thing because
Yeah.
The Long Walk was like that too.
Just the Long Walk was like, man, Vietnam War sucked, dude.
Right.
It sucked,
Awful.
and that's the whole movie.
Yeah. Yeah. So his idea is that he's going to go to Canada. This is the part at which he's going to Canada on the jet, and it's like they basically say that his family is safe, but they're being watched over, and then later Killian, the Josh Brolin character, shows Glenn Powell this like video of them of like these network troops breaking in and killing his family. So, it's like-
Supposedly.
well, it's fake.
Yeah,
It's-
supposedly.
Supposedly, and then it brings up the question: is that real, or is he just
Yeah,
lying to
yeah,
me?
Yeah, is it like a deep fake or
At the end of the
something?
day, it's just Josh Brolin wants to manipulate Richards into being crazy because he wants his big finale. He wants his bloody fight.
Right.
They're very similar to the Hunger Games, in which like it's in the Hunger Games it's mentioned that like, oh, in previous years like there was a snow arena and everybody froze to death and it was boring, so they're not doing that anymore. Very like similar to the Game Masters from the Hunger Games. So it's like, oh, this is boring, let's put in some like crazy deadly monkeys.
Yeah,
You know?
and it's like
Let's need some crazy monkeys.
there's this question that Jansky brings up early in the movie, where he's like, is the Running Man real? Like, it's real in the sense that they really die, but is it real?
Yeah.
And the answer is no. A lot of it's set up. That's true in...
It's true in real life.
Well, it's true in the original, too.
Yes.
In the original, a lot of it is set up. They deep fake an entire like final fight between the Schwarzenegger character and another character.
Jesse Ventura.
Jesse Ventura
former
character.
Governor of Minnesota.
The governor versus governor. It was like an electoral race.
Yes. And now 9/11 conspiracy theorist.
Anyways,
Jesse
Yeah,
Ventura,
anyways.
please come on the podcast. I'd like
We'd
to
love
speak
have
to you. Hey,
Yeah.
I'd like to talk to you, okay?
So Dan Killian...
on a completely different
On a
note.
completely unrelated note.
So Dan Killian shows footage of McCone and the Hunters killing Sheila and Kathy, and then Dan Killian is like, "All right, we're gonna let Ben Richards take revenge on them," and then Dan Killian essentially offers him the thing of Ben Richards can sign a contract and get his own show. His own show about him hunting down convicts and criminals and stuff. And Ben Richards is like, no, but he still kills the other hunters. And then he has a face-off against McCone.
face to face,
This
no
is
mask.
a little bit off topic, but it reminded me a lot of this like short film that I saw a while ago that was like very, very similar to this in 1984 in Fahrenheit 451, where like everybody lives in these like little cubes that like, and this TV's like always airing, and then like to go earn money you have to go like ride this like motorized bike to like make energy, and the one way you can get out is by going on this like America's Got Talent competition. and then the main character has a female friend who goes on there, and they're like, oh my god, you're so pretty, and they pretty much like force her to become an adult film star, or she's just back to poverty. And he's like, man, that's so stupid. So he goes on America's Got Talent, he saves up the credits, and then he makes like this great speech taking down the whole system, and they're like, we want to give you your own show where you can preach that every day. And he accepts, and then he becomes a cog in the machine, and he's only
Black
improved.
Mirror episode.
It might have been Black Mirror, but at the end of the show, it's like, oh, he's only improved life for himself. What he set out to do is not what he achieved at all. By giving in to him, they've just like totally like alienated everybody from his cause. And I do think that is a very interesting aspect that they could have played more with.
It was kind of not clear to me, like, what side it was on at which point.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, but I think that they do kind of play with it, because we later learn that Evan McCone,
Oh, yes.
he takes off his mask, and we learn not only is he Evan McCone, but he's also played by Lee Pace. And
At first, I thought it was Negan.
I did, yeah, Jeffrey
Yes,
Dean Morgan. I thought it was Jeffrey Dean Morgan,
I thought
too.
it was Negan.
I did
was like,
as well.
Oh my goodness.
I did too. I was like, wait, they got Jeffrey Dean Morgan in this, and I saw the
Yes.
opening credits. I was like, I don't remember seeing his name.
Yeah.
there.
no, it's Lee Pace.
Yeah.
Shit.
And we learned that, and they've been saying this, that like Bren Richards is the most survived player since season 1. And
He
we
got
learned,
to 29 days.
yeah, and we learned that the one that got 29 days in season 1 was Evan McCone, and Evan McCone got a deal for his own show, and now he is
He's the hunter.
the hunter, right? And so he's a kind of a cog in the machine. If the movie was about him, that would have been more of a point, but it's not a
Yeah.
point that they leave kind of unmentioned.
They do address it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just
yeah.
a cycle
Yes,
of the
yeah.
show sort of point.
Yeah.
Which is
Was-
interesting,
was
because
very interesting. But
the original one, I say original, this movie's not a remake of the 1987 one.
No, it is
by
not a
It's just
Wright
remake.
another
Manning.
adaptation.
It's like
ve-
it's a readaptation of the book.
Yes,
Yeah.
very different.
Yeah, but the 1987 film did not play with that at all.
No.
Yeah, it is a movie that, like, at least prior to me, it was a first time watch. I mean, I think all of us watched it a couple hours ago, at least the time of recording, but it's
Yeah.
one that, like, it goes so quick,
Yes.
and it's, like, it's really over the top, and this movie kind of, like, scales it back a little bit.
yes.
Yeah, but I think this movie
Which is
works.
it's
Yeah.
crazy to say that this movie scales it back
Which
when it has like a jet fly into a building.
I mean, that
Yeah, and
happened
then
in
it
real
has, like,
life,
Michael
too.
Cera
That-
killing people with a super
Yeah.
soaker.
Yes, Michael Cera killing people with a super soaker, but it's like in the original there was Professor Sub-Zero.
Yeah,
And he
there
was
was
like
Professor
a
Sub-Zero.
evil hockey Mongolian warrior.
Yeah, and you have
Who
Arnold
chopped
Schwarzenegger,
people
and you
with
have
hockey
He was
sticks.
he was
Yeah.
not Mongolian in the movie. He was
In the movie he was
Japanese.
Japanese, and he says bonsai. I don't believe it. That guy is very
Don't
Mongolian.
believe.
Are you Mongolian investigating this
yeah,
guy right now?
I play ethno guesser.
So Killian offers Ben his own show again, and like to do like a preachy little thing, but Ben is like, no, turn off the. It's called the freebie in the movie, by the way, not the TV.
Yes, the
It's
freebie.
The freebie.
He says no compromise, which I do like.
So
That
does he believe that his wife and child are dead at this point, or is he?
I think he
I
does,
don't know.
just based off the fact that he's like, I'm so angry, I'm gonna smash this laptop or whatever, the in-flight TV.
It's
I
just
think
sort of
Yeah,
blind
he like
rage.
punches one of the screens.
Yeah.
He like it goes like silent. You just hear like ringing, and he just like goes at it.
at this
Yeah.
point it
At one of the
really
iPads.
seems like he does, and then McCone pretty much is like, hey, you weren't the first person to be manipulated. Do you really think they're telling you the truth? Because
Right.
right now you're giving them exactly what they want. Their big finale.
Right, and so they basically air this video of Ben Richards saying, "I'm gonna smash this plane into the network tower."
I'm gonna kill all of you.
And then we get a shot of the plane crashing into the network tower. But wait, it pauses right before impact.
Oh my god.
It pauses right before impact, and we get this guy who looks like the guy who was McCone in the earlier tape videos, but it's like not. He's like, his mask is a different color. He's wearing purple.
It's the guy from earlier, right?
I think it's a different.
No, it's Thorkin.
Yeah.
Oh, it's
Yes.
Yeah, yeah.
Yes, it's
Because he was
Thorkin.
showing him like he was showing him like tapes when he was with
Yes.
him.
Yeah,
It's-
it's Throckmorton.
Throckmorton shows up and he's like,
Dressed as
wait,
that same guy.
Yeah, he's
Wait.
like, wait, that's not right.
that's
And-
not right. Also very very little hint. I do love that the song "The Revolution" will not be televised by Gil Scott-Heron plays. I do think that is a very kind of cheeky nod. I think
Yeah.
that's very clever.
Yeah.
Basically, he runs through and says there was actually an escape pod for crew that looks like it fell out of the plane in the footage, and then someone found a black box that seemed to suggest that it like had Ben and Killian's conversation, and then we see, okay, Sheila and Kathy are alive, and then Ben, who's also alive, reunites with them, and then we get a little scene of the next season of The Running Man starting. It's like they're about to introduce the contestants, and Bobby T's up there,
Bobby T.
and
Bobby T.
and everybody's like, boo, Ben Richards lives, and they're throwing Molotovs at the stage. Bobby T walks off, and he's like, there's an exit clause in my contract, and he just kind of walks off.
Called
And then,
"Fuck You."
yeah, and then Killian walks out on screen, and he's like, or on stage, and he's like, the Running Man, and then Ben like shoots him.
Pretty much.
Yeah,
with
pretty much.
McCone's gun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fate and
He
justice.
goes 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Action.
Pow.
And then they
With the
the fate gun.
or was it McCone's gun? I
Yeah,
think?
didn't it have fate?
It was his. It was
Yeah,
McCone's
yeah,
very
it had Destiny on it.
Oh,
it was his
Destiny.
Fate is his knife.
disappointingly small.
My bad.
Villain gun, which
Disappointingly small.
I
villain
expected
gun.
it to be like a
Yeah.
Desert Eagle size.
Honestly, yeah. When I imagine a villain gun, I'm like, okay, it's a grenade launcher, right? It's a minigun. No.
I
I
mean,
have
I
a
can
Glock.
still imagine a pistol, but this was like a little tiny
Little tiny thing.
thing. 22.
22.
That
I
would
don't
be
know
funny.
guns. I don't know guns.
Clearly.
Clearly.
Am I right, guys?
Obviously. So yeah, what do we think about the movie?
Better than 1987.
Yeah.
Yeah, so the 1987 movie is completely different. It's basically just Arnold Schwarzenegger and his pals running through these trials, these like over the top WWE meets Looney Tunes
Yeah.
villains. And they're fighting, they're Arnold Schwarzeneggering.
He does
Yeah.
do that in the beginning.
He does that a
in the
lot.
helicopter.
Yeah, it does it a lot.
And we also were not exaggerating when we say that there is a woman who implies that she was hiding a floppy disk inside of her for the entire movie.
A lot of it.
My entire movie takes place over like 3 hours?
3 hours.
So
Yes.
That's uncomfortable.
Yeah.
I don't know how she was doing what
How-
she was doing.
How are you doing
And
that?
it has a
Yeah.
It's like a clusterfuck of a cast, only rivaled by Marty Supreme.
Arnold, Jesse Ventura, no
Jim
one.
Brown.
Jim Brown.
NFL running back Jim Brown is in
yes.
this
a
movie.
flame pyromaniac guy.
What is it? Fireball.
Fireball.
Yeah,
Fireball.
Fireball.
There's a guy named Buzzsaw who does not use buzzsaws.
yeah,
he uses
Colonel Sanders. Yeah,
chainsaws.
Colonel Sanders
chains-
looking.
Frank Zappa's son, Dweezil.
Dweezil Zappa
Is that-
appearance in this movie.
Is
No,
that-
Professor Sub-Zero, not to be confused with Mortal Kombat character Sub-Zero, which I guess they added the professor for copyright reasons.
I wouldn't be surprised.
no moon unit in this movie. If you want a moon unit movie,
We
you
also
gotta
have
go
the
elsewhere.
Karen and Sharon Owens. In case
I don't
you're-
know who that is.
they're just related. I just noticed they had the same last name.
Okay,
A lot
well,
of
hey,
unit
we got
talk, but
sisters in
why
this
just start
movie.
riffing?
Yeah,
Look at that.
Who was the last villain? It wasn't Psycho. What was his name?
Oh,
Dynamo.
Dynamo. We were literally
and-
talking about this on the walk over
Yes,
here.
and he has like a Christmas
Christmas
tree.
lights. There's like Christmas lights all
that's
over
not
him.
the
and he
final
shoots
villain.
electricity. It's not the final villain. You're right.
The final
He's like
villain
a-
is Captain Freedom.
Captain Freedom,
If
played
a
by Jesse
Christmas tree
Ventura.
and a fat
Yeah.
guy and a Roman gladiator and a opera singer had a baby.
I don't think the original Running Man works. It doesn't make sense.
No,
It does not. It's literally just look how cool Arnold Schwarzenegger is.
Yeah.
For the time.
Oh, they're
It
selling
is
him
in a
choices.
yellow
Instead of
jumpsuit,
adapting
tracksuit.
the source material, it feels like
How
they
you-
got Arnold Schwarzenegger on board and they tried to build the movie around him and
Yeah.
his
Well,
charisma.
the tagline for the movie is a game nobody survived, but Schwarzenegger has yet to play.
Yeah, and you watch
Yeah.
the movie, it totally shows. Like they're
Yeah.
ice skating, and then they're like
Yes.
fighting all these like weird villains, and like
And
like
every
Professor Sub-Zero, and it's
like,
just like
in a-
they linger on women dancing for like at
it's
least
so
a minute.
Yes, and then the
Easy.
same shot of like this
Yeah.
go-kart going down this chute that they
Of this, like-
they cut to this shot like no less than 50 times throughout the movie.
Yeah.
Like the same water slide.
Yeah, it's like the
tunnel,
same
seizure-inducing
exact
lights.
path. Like we
Yeah.
get it, we know how it works. You
And-
could just show the aftermath.
Yeah.
and
It goes pretty fast, all right. Yeah, it's still going.
Schwarzenegger also has a fun quip after every single kill.
Every
He-
single.
He kills Professor Sub-Zero and he's like, Sub-Zero, more like Plane Zero.
Wow.
And
Thanks,
it also implies
Arnold.
that no one has survived this.
No,
even
no.
Though,
It-
even
it-
though the point of winning a competition is to kill one of the hunters. but
Yeah.
all the hunters exist and are a part of like whatever fandom this is a part of. But
Right, and
wouldn't they have never gotten past Sub-Zero?
They
But-
have
but
like
that-
a league, and it's like
Yeah.
the league leader in kills, but also last season they tell people that like, oh, here are the 3 winners from
Right,
last season.
yeah.
Turns out they're dead in
They're
a basement.
dead, yeah.
And it's like, okay, I understand they didn't give him the prize, but then how did they beat Buzzsaw? Did they subdue him? Then how is Captain America undefeated or Captain Freedom? Sorry.
Oh,
Yeah.
Captain Freedom.
A
yeah.
lot of copyright dodging in this movie.
Oh,
a lot.
A lot.
Yeah, I didn't particularly like the 1987 Running Man. I did like Edgar Wright's Running Man, though.
Yeah.
Thought it was
I
quite
think
good.
Yeah.
one thing that they kind of weird that they could have done with with 87 is like Jesse Ventura is like kind of one of the selling points of this movie. I mean, he did The Predator with Arnold
In
not
that same year.
yes, this same year. And one thing that he mentions is like he doesn't buy into all the fake crap, and he's like, I just want to do this by myself, man. This is a game of blood and sport and honor. And then they just never do anything with that.
Yeah.
They just are like, okay, well, we'll deep fake you fighting Arnold.
Right.
Sure.
And then we never see him again.
Yeah, they upload his picture to the database.
They upload his picture to the database.
They upload
Yeah.
his picture to the database. And
They upload his picture to the database.
I don't know
Yeah.
if you guys
That's-
heard.
If you haven't heard of, they
The
uploaded his
background
picture
and
to the
guys.
database.
They have his picture in the database.
Yeah.
It's there.
They
It's
face
there.
mapped him, and then they
You can
have him
check.
like falling into spikes and getting suplexed and all that.
But then
jazz.
he survives and lives and
And he
destroys
survives and joins the resistance. And,
Yeah.
Does he kill Killian in 87?
He like sends him down a chute,
Oh,
and then he
yes.
like
Yes!
he
And then he explodes.
There's no explosives anywhere. He just like goes through like a
billboard.
billboard, and
And
then he just
apparently there's, like,
explodes. Apparently, there's
gasoline
explosives
factory
behind.
behind
There's 12 ounces of black Irish behind that billboard, and then it goes into a billboard of the Killian's face, and then right after Arnold says, "That's the spot."
That's all,
Yeah,
folks.
that hits the spot.
That hits the spot. Thanks, Arnold.
Yeah.
Any more one-liners we're forgetting?
I mean,
But
all
what was
of that.
Buzzsaw got like sliced up.
Yeah.
Buzzsaw did the splits.
I bet if
He
you
had
go,
to split.
yeah,
He had to split because
yeah,
he like
yeah.
cut his dick
I-
off.
If you go into I bet if you go to the IMDb quotes page for the 1987 Running Man, you would get all of them. But like, yeah, he also says I'll be back in it. Obviously, of course he does. He's
and then he's back.
Arnold,
then
and then
he-
he comes back. In fact, that actually comes up later because he's like, "Oh, I said I'll be back."
And
So-
now I'm back.
Yeah.
Also, just completely unaddressed Chekhov's gun in this movie. Early on.
Which
oh,
one? 87.
When 87, early on, he goes to he breaks out of jail in the beginning, and then he goes to his brother's apartment, and his brother isn't there. And then this woman there is like, "Oh, your brother was sent for re-education." We never hear about his brother again. Also, I do like that the two like main characters in this movie are an Austrian man, and a Spanish woman. In this like dystopian American like world. No, they're Austrian and
Sure.
Spanish.
Yeah. Buzzsaw had to split.
Buzzsaw had to
Um,
split. What was Dynamo? I'm out of power. He's so
I'm out of
Norwegian.
power.
Yeah, I don't know.
All
I'm
right.
just,
Maybe he
scrolling
didn't
through.
have one for Dynamo.
Maybe.
I will not kill an
didn't kill
innocent
him,
man.
Yeah, he did say.
Probably.
Oh, he said like Christmas tree. He called him a Christmas tree.
Oh, did he?
Right
Yeah.
after we did.
Yeah.
So.
Wow.
Yeah.
Thanks, Arnold.
There's a lot of moments when we predicted the lines.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
a few
Actually,
times we
He would
did,
say,
yeah.
"No way, is that up your butt?" And Arnold would say, "Where was the floppy disk?"
You're never gonna believe this.
You're never gonna.
You never.
None of your business. Yeah, it's your business. Hey, get it? It's her business. Like,
Yeah,
For the
no,
audience
like her
watching,
business.
he was left hanging. Just
Yeah, I
Like-
didn't give
Like
him. I
your
didn't give him
business.
one on that.
audio listeners.
Yeah.
Hey.
Anyways,
Hi.
Editor, add in.
any final thoughts?
Editor, add in a fart.
Hey, editor.
Hey.
Hey.
Okay.
Hey.
Hey.
Can we get the Rizzler on the pod? Okay. So Jesse.
Okay, so-
that's the first time we've used the soundboard all recording.
Yeah.
I don't know if it even showed up. It was a very quiet cricket sound.
I'm the special guest. I'm getting treated like the
Edit
not
on
special
post.
guest, and I'm kind of.
That's a louder
annoyed.
soundboard one.
Okay.
Anyways.
Great to hear.
Yeah, anyways.
Final
Anyway.
thoughts?
Yeah, all right.
Anyways.
All right.
So yeah, I like this movie a lot. I really, really like the 2025 Running Man. I think it functions as a thriller, and it's heavy-handed with what it's saying, and I just think there's a couple of contrived bits that don't make sense surrounding the logistics of the thing, and well, I don't think it detracts from the movie because it never uses them as a plot point per se, just kind of to build tension, and like I could follow it. I just think that's all that's holding it back from being legitimately like amazing, but I still think it was really, really quite good, a really, really effective thriller.
I thought it was good. I thought it was not at all subtle in its
Oh, no.
messaging. But, I mean, in our day and age, I don't think anything is very subtle anymore. I mean, you look at The Boys and they're parodying, and it's like, oh, wow, this is just actually happening now. I
Right.
mean, even the most ridiculous of parodies are, like, being justified. So, I don't think you can get too heavy-handed.
Yeah, fair enough.
Yeah. I did enjoy this movie quite a bit, but by the end of the year, this will almost certainly be in my most disappointing movies of the year. And the reason I do say that is because I am a huge fan of Edgar Wright. And I got this a little bit from watching the trailers that this easily feels like the least Edgar Wright movie that he's ever made.
Yeah, it's just...
Save for a couple lines of dialogue, it feels like anybody could have directed this one, which
Yeah.
was really disappointing to me.
It doesn't. If you watch the Cornetto trilogy and Baby Driver, it's like this doesn't seem like the same guy. It's like
Yeah.
Guy Ritchie directing the live action Aladdin movie.
Yeah, it's like he just disappears.
Yeah, it's out of his element. He doesn't have any like of uniqueness. It's just like, okay, we're just gonna do this and this and this.
And to me, in a sense, like seeing the Running Man being brought to the screen, I thought was pretty interesting. But like the thing that was the reason I put it on my most anticipated was because of Edgar Wright, and that was the thing
Yeah.
that disappointed me the most because it felt like his touch wasn't really there. It just felt
Yeah.
like he was just a name to put on the poster or something. Like if I didn't see any of the credit, I could not have guessed that this was from Edgar Wright, which was
Honestly,
a little disappointing to me. I thought the movie was really solid, but I don't know. I just feel like it lacked a lot of, especially from his filmography. I felt like it lacked severely his style.
yeah. I think it was very fun, but by the end of the year, I don't think this will be in any serious conversations. I think it's a fun 2 hours of, hey, this is cool, and also it does have something to say,
Right.
which you can't say about everything.
Sure.
So, I mean, yeah, it has a lot going for it.
Yeah, I guess I can say there was a lot that happened in the movie that kind of threw me in for a loop. I think, to your point, Jesse, about the logistics of how everything worked, that's something I usually focus on, and if it doesn't make sense, then the plot doesn't hit for me as hard because I want, more or less everything to stay consistent or make sense.
Right.
So, and if it doesn't, especially you can see this in the jet sequence, and like I couldn't really tell what people's motives were or what was in their head or what was happening at all. So I don't know. I guess for that reason, my score is probably going to be a little lower than everybody else's.
Right.
But that being said, I enjoyed watching this movie for its action and I guess for its story. I think it was very interesting. Like the whole idea of like he has to run around for 30 days and everyone's trying to get him killed in one way or another. I really like that as a concept.
Yeah.
and
It's
I
very
think
easy
they
to latch
pulled it
onto.
off for the most part very well.
Yeah. I think The Long Walk is a very similar story.
Yeah.
It's also about this activity, this event that every single person is tuned into.
It's engraved
Right.
into the society of this world.
But
Yeah.
I think the fact that we never see outside of Maine in that movie kind of grounds it a little bit more. Whereas
Yeah.
we go to this movie and he's flying and the water towers have his face on them, and it's just like, what is this world that you're building? Or like, cause it's like you start the movie by building out things that aren't the Running Man, and then the rest of the movie is the Running Man, and that's all the world is. And it's like
Yeah.
when you have such a big story like that, that can be a weakness of it to make it seem like a cartoon world.
The
Yeah.
only thing anybody cares about is that damn running man.
Or if you're Amelia, the Americanas.
The Americanas. She says the running man's stupid, and then she goes on the running man.
Shall we do some ratings?
We shall.
Yeah, let's do it.
I give it a 4.5. I think it's a 4.5 right now.
Oof.
Out of
It's-
5?
Out of 5. This is a letterboxdy scale. I thought it was quite good. I still struggle to say what's going to be on my best of the year list. There are like maybe 5 movies that I can be sure are going to be there, but I don't know where. I don't know how many good movies I'm going to see the rest of the year. I have like 20 planned. Like
Yeah.
who even knows? But I did like this movie. I did very much like this movie.
I gave it a 3.5. I thought it was good. I might bump it up to a 4. I thought the fight choreography was great. I mean, it was definitely an entertaining action movie. Probably one of the best of the year, if not, the 5 years. But I thought it was a very okay movie. It was good. I gave it a heart on Letterboxd.
Yeah. I'd say for me, I would also give it a 3.5. I feel like it was a good enough, solid action movie. But I feel like the main thing holding it back, especially for fans of Edgar Wright, this movie will absolutely disappoint for fans of Edgar Wright.
Yeah.
And I feel like for me, it's just like, I think watching this and going, I think anybody could have directed it, was really disappointing to me.
Yeah.
And I feel like it's one that I don't know how much of an impact it's going to make on me with time. Like,
Yeah.
in terms of just, like, am I going to remember? Even as we were kind of talking about it, it was just like, what happened? When did certain scenes happen? When did certain things play out?
Am I gonna remember this movie at awards season?
Yeah, at awards season.
This is not gutting for.
This
an
is
award.
not gonna be
Glenn,
remembered at
Glenn
awards
Powell for
season.
Best Actor, Coleman Domingo for supporting, even though he gets nominated quite frequently.
Yeah.
I mean, I could see Coleman Domingo getting something.
No,
for
but supporting is too big. Every category is so big this year.
But he was so fun.
He was.
Yeah, he was really fun.
He was having a good time. I was having a good time.
So yeah, like
Bobby
solid.
T.
Like I felt like solid 3.5, fast paced, energetic action movie. Just I don't know. There's a couple things that really held it back for me, and I was a little disappointed by some of the things that held it back.
Yeah. Scale wise, I'm kind of debating between 3.5 and 4. I'm leaning towards 3.5 on this.
Wow, I like this a lot more than you guys.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. And this was one that I even said
this
to you, I
was
was
an
like, I'm gonna
action
like this
movie.
one, and then I walked out. I was like, yeah, I do, but not as much as I hoped.
But like again, for the same reasons, the logistics, and I liked the plot, I liked the action, and a lot of suspension of disbelief broken in my opinion, especially with all the shots. Like, let's be honest, like there were 20 goons with their aims directly in his line of sight, and they miss completely.
Yeah.
Every single time.
Yeah.
And it just, at a point, it breaks it for me.
That's fair.
Yeah.
Before we jump into letterbox plugs, we have a comment to respond to.
That's right, we do.
Yeah.
Who left
What's
a comment?
Who left a comment?
Comment.
Jesse's mom.
My
Who?
mom did not leave a comment. Damn. This is left by @JackSlater700 on YouTube.
Oh, I thought I was about to hear
My
Jackson Riddell.
former colleagues.
Thank you. Thank you for leaving a comment.
That's a long comment.
We shall read
Oh
it.
my
Oh
God.
my goodness.
We shall
Praise.
read it and respond to it. This was left
Do it.
on our Tron Ares weekly spoiler review. This was the second one we did.
You
a
guys
couple weeks
watched
ago.
that?
Yeah.
Yeah, we did.
Oh wow.
You should listen to our podcast about it. It's on YouTube.
I don't think I want to. I'll listen to the other ones. Tron Ares. I'm good. I'm good. I don't think I need
The
to
comment
listen to
the
that.
comment reads, Little late, but I think you guys hit your review on Aries spot on. Thank you. A wire-thin plot that still somehow had massive plot holes in it with a brilliant soundtrack and decent visuals. Not gonna lie though, I think you guys are overlooking how great the first two films are. Obviously, both are audio and visual feasts. 82 has brilliant soundtrack from the composer of The Shining and some inspired and groundbreaking visuals, but the first two films also feature somewhat deep themes about religion. 82 is meant to be a sort of recreation of Christian persecution under Rome, and Legacy is a film sort of about Buddhist ideas. They're also both about sinful, imperfect humans taking the role of God. But most importantly, they're about people going out and learning and growing and coming out of it ready to go and achieve something great. I think that's a great story to show to people and for them to aspire to. Anyway, sorry I'm very passionate about Tron. Great podcast, guys.
Thank you, Jack.
Wow, yeah, thank you for the comment.
Thank you,
Jack.
Jackson.
Thank you, Jack.
I don't know you,
Jack,
but thank you.
As someone who has not seen Legacy or Tron, I'd say, yeah, I kind of agree with him.
Yeah, I do as well. I haven't seen the original. I have seen Legacy long, like I would say over a decade ago, which makes me feel really old.
I've
but
seen clips.
So I'll talk on 82.
Yeah, I just got my cane next to me
I do think
as I say that.
I do think
You're
yeah,
19,
so
bro. You're not old. You're fine.
In the podcast, I did undersell the score for 82. I didn't find it very memorable, but I said that the person who composed it wasn't big, and they are. They're big. They're an important person. Like, that was on me. I think I don't take so much issue with the fact that it has themes. Like, you know, if you're saying something that's great, I think that the fact that it's about something doesn't save it from being completely incoherent. That movie makes no sense. And it's like, it just, like, nothing connects to anything else. There might be a story, there might not. It just feels like you are looking at colors. And to talk about the visual aspect of it, I think Tron is one of the hardest movies to talk about when you talk about how it looks, because yes, the movie looks like it's from 1982, and yes, that's a lot of the movie, is that it looks great for 1982, but we're in 2025 and it looks like shit. Like, it looks really, really bad nowadays, and it's just like the people's faces are like weirdly contoured. Everybody's a weird gray man. They look like aliens. It doesn't look good for modern standards, and I really, really, really try to cut movies some slack when it comes to their visuals, because they were released at a time where the technology is eons behind what we have now.
Yeah.
But that is the movie. The movie is
The technology
exists because it looks like this.
It's like a proof of concept.
Right,
film.
and it's like that's great in 1982, and if I was 28 years younger, I'd be going crazy for this thing.
Dude, Tron was crazy.
But
Yeah.
I'm not, like, 2025, it doesn't look good, and you can't escape that with that specific movie, unfortunately.
Yeah. Something else, like, and definitely about the soundtrack. It's like EDM and like electronic music was not nearly as popular then as it is now.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I've heard some of
I
the
guess, like,
soundtrack.
setting the stage for it. Like,
I haven't heard all of it, but like this, I can't understand why people are like, this movie like for 1982 is batshit like crazy. Like looking at this and like Lawnmower Man. I mean, Space Odyssey. It's like all these, and Space Odyssey still definitely does hold up, but like I think
It's practical.
yeah, exactly. But also, I mean, doing all that in 1980, the 60s is wild. But yeah, no, Tron does feel like they're like, okay, we're just gonna do the most.
Right.
We're gonna do as much as we can, and if we have to sacrifice some story to make it look cool, we're gonna look cool, because this is gonna fucking freak people out. This is gonna be crazy.
Yeah, and like I respect the hell out of that movie. I respect what they tried to do.
Yeah.
Doesn't save the fact that the plot is non-existent and everybody talks like they've got 4 rags over their mouth. Like, it's just it doesn't work for me. Legacy, I think that your point about imperfect people playing God, well, specifically the wording imperfect humans taking the role of God, the person taking the role of God in that movie is not human. is a robot. But that's a nitpick. I agree with that point on some level. I think that the machinations of the plot itself don't always support that, because part of it's like, who's the person that's trying to play God is kind of relinquishes that control. I mean, in Legacy, we've essentially learned that the person who played God in the first one is now permanently part of the world that he created, right? And just he's relinquished almost any control that he's had over that system to this other thing that's trying to play God. And imperfection's a big theme in that movie, and I certainly get where you're coming from. I just don't think that across each individual movie, sure, I can see it. Across the series, I don't see it so much.
I think if you want your fix of imperfect humans playing God, Blade Runner 2049.
Yeah,
Jared Leto.
Absolutely.
I don't like Jared Leto. He's fantastic in that movie. Maybe it is because he's such a creep that he can sell it as well in the movie as he can in real life. But and I mean, that's literally the embodiment of imperfect creatures and imperfection taking control of, but playing God.
Yeah, and I think the point about people going out and learning and growing and coming out of it ready to go and achieve something great is kind of the opposite of how a lot of movies work, because a lot of movies are about people going in, they learn, they grow, and then they do something great.
Yeah.
And I think that the way that Ares disrespects the end of Legacy, and we talked about that a lot in our podcast, that basically at the beginning of Ares they say, by the way, the characters that you know from the Legacy movie, they have disappeared under mysterious circumstances. And it's like, it's just the series, and I feel like on an individual level I totally get what you're saying, but as a series the series keeps shooting itself in the foot. It keeps setting up something interesting, using the movie as setup for that thing. Like the Tron Legacy feels like a prequel. It feels like we should be setting up this character of Sam Flynn to go and do stuff, and then no sequel.
They Alien 3'd him.
Yeah, they literally Alien 3'd him, and it's like, I don't know, and I also think the plot of Legacy is kind of wire thin, and also doesn't really make that much sense, and like it also contradicts the plot of Ares. It's just, it strikes me as a series in which Disney is constantly killing and then trying to bring back in the most contrived way possible. And so, yeah, they look good, except for 82 doesn't look good. And then, yeah, they sound good. I love Daft Punk so much.
Oh, did Daft Punk do the soundtrack for the new movie?
For Legacy.
Oh, for Legacy?
Yeah, the new one was Nine Inch Nails and Trent Reznor.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah,
okay.
yeah.
But yeah, no, I love Daft Punk too.
But yeah, no, it's just like, my problem with the movies isn't that. It's just that's not enough to carry a whole movie, and the plots are not good, and the things that they're trying to say, to me at least, they don't speak to me as something that is worth saying without building upon, or just they don't totally cohere all the time. That's my piece on Tron Legacy and the original Tron, and I think Legacy is the best of the three. Still not a great movie. That being said, let's jump into Letterboxd plug, shall we?
Yeah.
I am at THR Envy. That's Threnvy on Letterboxd. I probably have a review of The Running Man up, and then maybe also a review of the 1976 Carrie, potentially, and another Stephen King adaptation for you guys. Max.
All right. My Letterboxd is at MJ Spiegel, all lowercase. I'm making my way out of my hiatus. I wasn't as active last month and beginning of this month just because October of this year wasn't great for movies, but I'm slowly making my way back. I'm working on Frankenstein Predator Badlands as well as this movie and the original Running Man, so be sure to be on the lookout for those.
And by the time of this recording, you can go to Invaded Films on Letterboxd. You will find me there. You will see all the movies that I have watched. I have finally
Logan has a
Letterboxd.
Letterboxd. Yeah.
Logan has a Letterboxd.
I will be probably putting up my review for Running Man later, maybe by the time this comes out, whenever that is. And yeah.
It's exciting.
Yeah.
Jack, would you like to plug a Letterboxd?
I am on Letterboxd and also everything else. Classic name. Came to me in a dream. Mad Farter for Life. Mad Farter number 4 Life.
Mad Farter for life.
Read
Mad
it
Farter
and
for
wait.
life.
Read it and wait, people.
Mad Farter.
Mad
for
Farter
life.
for life.
You know he's a Mad Farter for life because this room smells like ass.
Please subscribe to my YouTube channel. I make awesome videos.
Makes awesome videos.
And
You're
scary
Mad
videos.
Farter for life.
I am Mad.
Matt
Oh my
the Matt
gosh,
Farter
the
for life.
The
Matt Farter for
Mad
life.
Farter for life.
The
I know.
Mad
I
Farter.
I
know.
can't believe I get to
For
meet you in person.
life.
I know. It must be insane.
It is.
It's crazy, truly. So yeah, check out some of our other podcasts. This is a part of the weekly spoiler review series. This is the 7th episode. We review one movie every week after we see it in theaters. Very, very fun. We also will have a special episode coming out, or has come out by the time that this has come out, on Guillermo del Toro's Frankenstein. That being said, roll credits.